And we are live, I think. If it's working, then we are live. Alright, let's see. There we go. Looks like Ryan is here and Weems Wallace. Hello, guys. And I am back from the JoeFest. Hello, Delvis. Glad you made it. Alright, cool. Alright, yes, it looks like we are live. Hello, James, a.k.a. Ratface44. Hello, Caden Jabs. Camera working fine. Good. For once, everything works. Hello, Matt Edwards and J.K. Siege. Hello, Green Yeti. Nice to meet you over the weekend. Nice to see you at the JoeFest. Hello, Armor Magus and Gaz. Yeah, I know. And Painted Plastic, also nice to meet you as well. Yes, we made it home. Actually, just got home like maybe an hour and a half ago. But I wanted to go ahead and do a live stream anyway. Hello, Robert Olson. Hi, Travis. And Mr. Commendador. How do you do? Yeah, I just thought, let's go ahead and do a live stream, even though it's kind of late. Let's just do it anyway. Oh, sorry you have to leave. Hello, Leah. How you doing? Kaden, sorry you have to leave. Did I get anything from the JoeFest? Yes, I did. And it's very tempting. It's very tempting to show you everything I got, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I want to do a special video to show you all the stuff I got. And I want to show it to you on a better quality camera than this one so you can see everything really well. So I'm not going to show off all of the things I got for JoeFest. I might show off one or two things, but the rest of it I'm going to wait until I can show it to you properly. Hello, Rezakai. Yeah, I'll give you some hints. Will there be a JoeFest vlog? Green Yeti asks. Yes, there will be. I think it might be a bit different from last year because I didn't actually get as much footage from JoeFest as I intended to. I was so busy at the table, I didn't get away from the table very much. So I will definitely do a video for JoeFest, but it may be in a different format than it was last year. Green Yeti Hoodie, saw you purchasing a lot of stuff. Well, I did not purchase a lot of stuff. I purchased a little stuff, but I did not actually buy very much. I do have a lot, though. I got more than I bought, because people gave stuff to me, so I actually did bring home quite a bit of stuff. But I actually didn't buy very much. In fact, I think I bought a total of three items. I think that's it. I think that's all I got that I purchased for myself. Gaz says, did you meet the Sarge? Yes. Yes, I met Sergeant Slaughter. I got a signed t-shirt. I got a signed art print of the Triple T tank. I got a picture with him. It was fantastic. Hello, Fat Cat. So yeah, I did want to do kind of a JoeFest wrap-up since that was the big event over the weekend. Yes, Michael French from Retro Blasting did show up on Saturday, which was a trip. I didn't know he was coming, so it was nice to see him. Did he slaughterize it? He slaughtered. I'd say he slaughterized it. It was definitely in the range of slaughterizing. Hello, the Skull Reviews. Nice to see you. Yes, the Sarge did put me in the Cobra clutch. So yeah, I got Cobra clutched. And Gaz, I did not ask him if he would appear in future videos. It just didn't seem appropriate at the time, so I just kind of let that go, and I just enjoyed meeting him and having some fun. Matt says, did I drive? I hope you drove, otherwise that's going to be expensive shipping. I did drive. It was a long drive, but you know, it was not bad. We're home. We made it. Oh yes, Green Yeti. I thought you might have seen him. Yes, Michael French was there on Saturday. Did he call you maggot? Actually, he was really nice. He didn't like turn on the Sarge persona. He was just very personable, very easy to talk to. When we told him where we were from, he said he knew somebody from here, so it was cool. It was just really easy to talk to. Just really, really nice guy. Oh, I do have one story. Like, I saw him before the show because we were there the night before. And I was just walking through the hotel lobby, I guess right after he had checked in, and I was wearing like a Cobra shirt, and so he recognized that. He said, "Oh, that's what I'm looking for, Cobra." And then went on to his room. But yeah, I actually saw him before the show. On one hand, I wish I had the presence of mind to talk to him a little bit, but. He was checking into his hotel room. I don't want to disturb the man when he's, going to his hotel room. Comic Tropes, yes, it just started. I started an hour late this evening because I just got back home from JoeFest. Does Sargent still hang out with the Bigfoot? With Bigfoot the monster truck? I forgot to ask him. That's a good question, though. Good question. Hello, Brian Hoffman. Did I buy anything? I bought a little bit. Not a lot. I think I got 3 things that I actually bought myself. But I did get a lot of stuff because people brought stuff to give to me. But I didn't actually buy very much. I was going to buy one big ticket item, but I ended up not being able to make a deal with the seller, so that didn't pan out. Excuse me. No Defiant parts. I just didn't have time to go through the parts bin. Well, I didn't really get to shop for stuff until the last hour or so of the show. I was busy. I was very busy the whole time. I had the table set up there. I had some artwork for sale. I had the secret code books. I had this. I set this up. And I just asked everybody to sign it, so that I could have something to remember everyone that I met over the weekend. And I got the whole thing filled up with signatures. Now, I didn't get Larry Hama, Sergeant Slaughter signatures on this because this was at my table, and I didn't really have time to bring it around and ask if they would sign it. But this is cool. Oh, hey, hi Byron, nice to see you. Didn't see you come in. So now I have this thing that is something that I will keep with me to always remember everyone that I met at JoeFest 2019. And it sounds like there will be another JoeFest next year. So if so, then I'll make that a tradition. This was a lot of fun, and everybody really liked to sign it. So and it gives me something that I can have with me always as a reminder of the show. So I'll do one for 2020 as long as I'm invited back. Scorched Shirts videos, great meeting you too. So yeah, and the artwork, I just had individual pencil artwork pieces for sale. And I was doing $10 for the small ones and then $20 for the big ones. And actually sold a lot of those. I sold a lot more artwork than I was expecting. Thoughts on the JoeFest exclusive stuff? Now, I didn't get all of the exclusives. However, there was an exclusive that was given to me by the person who made it. And that is one of the things that I want to show you in a proper video. I don't want to show it to you right now. I'll show it to you in a proper video. Oh, hey, Glenn Peak, how you doing? And the Peak brothers are excited to see their names. Yes, they are on here. They are on here, and thanks for doing that. Let's see. A Comic Trope says Cobra Convergence is coming. It absolutely is. Somebody asked, I guess, about where it was. J.K. Siege says the organizer is from Augusta. Yes. Ed Schumacher, who organized the show, is from Augusta, so I assume that's where it will be. Comic Tropes asks if I talked to Larry Hama. The answer is sort of, yeah. I did not have time to go by his table. I was just too busy. I only got to go through the artist room very briefly, so I didn't get to actually go to his table and talk with him. I was too busy. However, at the end of the convention, when all of us were just kind of sitting around at the hotel bar, he came by and he said hello to us, and we talked a little bit. He seemed to be in a really good mood, I have to say. He was tired, but he was smiling, so I think he was in pretty good spirits. So I did talk with Larry Hama a little bit, and I wanted to talk to him more, but you'd had to be there to understand how busy it was. It was very busy. Hello, Crash Diet Kathy. We are home. So yeah, I'm assuming. Green Yeti says, went by his table, it was awesome, he signed my comic and he snapped a photo. That is great. That's cool. Carl says, sorry I wasn't able to come back to the booth. Man, it was busy. I mean, so apparently there will be a JoeFest next year. I do encourage people to come and check it out. I mean, I can tell you all day about it, but you really have to be there to appreciate, like, how much Joe stuff is there, and the people there, and the enthusiasm. Now, maybe not everything was exactly perfect. You know, there were some hiccups from time to time, but the show itself, I think, was a success, and I had a great time. I mainly had a great time because of all the people I got to meet. Let's see. Kaylee Matthew Commendador says, know anything about the 1994 Joe mail-away figure? Are you referring to, like, the Joe Colton mail-away figure? I have it, if that's what you're referring to. Hello, Cobra Viper. Were there cosplayers? There were cosplayers. Diagnostic 80 from the Full Force did a very elaborate Night Force Lightfoot costume with a light-up backpack and a remote control little rover. It was awesome. And, you know, there were Cobra bunnies, and there was a Chuckles Playboy bunny, and there was a Secto Viper with the big, like, clear dome over his head. There was a Crimson Guard Immortal. There were lots of cosplayers. Yes, we were good on cosplayers. Hello, Mike Lopez. You are checked in. Yes, I will tackle that figure at some point, the Joe Colton figure. And again, I have to say one of my biggest regrets is I did not get as many pictures or as much video as I wanted to. If I go back next year, I've really got to plan around that because I would like to bring more footage home. But yeah, I ended up with a lot less media than I intended. How many Baronesses? You know, I think I only recall seeing one Baroness. I only recall seeing one. Now, a couple of the cosplayers that sometimes do the Baroness, they did not do the Baroness that weekend. They did other things. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's something I can show you that I got at JoeFest. Eric Amon gave me a 6-pack of this beer called New Glarus Brewing Company Spotted Cow. He wanted to bring me some beer from Wisconsin. So this is beer from Wisconsin. And it's not bad. There could be many kinds of convergences, Peter Ang. More than we can count. Hello, WWJD85. I just got done driving a lot. I've only been home for like an hour and a half. I don't have everything unpacked yet. But, hey, it's Tuesday night, so I wanted to come on here and talk with you guys. I did not want to miss a live stream because I missed doing this. I really enjoyed being out in Augusta. I really enjoyed JoeFest, but I also missed being here. Carl, I am from Oklahoma, yes. Need Yojo Cola? Well, I believe Yojo Cola was a euphemism for beer, so, you know, sort of. Peter Ang, review the Saw Viper. I'll get around to it, I will. Yeah, it was quite a drive, Oklahoma to Augusta, Georgia. And we also took a day trip out to Savannah, Georgia. Comic Tropes, did I meet any YouTubers? Tons of YouTubers, including some Cobra Convergence people. I met Green Yeti, so that was a big one. Green Yeti 907. He's a YouTuber. I got to meet him. But yeah, like Michael French from Retro Blasting was there. Mainly just come and support me and to see me there. So that was cool. But there were several also YouTubers in the panel. Okay, so I can talk about the panel. Here's an opportunity to talk about the panel. I did record the panel, but I haven't pulled that video off of the camera yet. It's still on here. It's still on the camera. Like I said, I have not been home for more than a few minutes, so as soon as I can, I will pull it off, and hopefully it's good. Do you need drawings for Cobra Convergence? I don't know, man. I'm putting stuff together just as fast as I can, but I don't know everything that I need yet. I'm actually going to be working on Cobra Convergence stuff non-stop for the next, week or so. So I've got a lot to do. Any favorite non-Joe characters from the cartoon and comics? Quinn from the comics, definitely. That's one of the top ones, is Quinn. Billy, I was always a big fan of Billy. I just thought that was an interesting character. Game Master's Hobby says, hi HCC788. That's me. Great to see that you're back from the con. Can't wait to see the con footage you brought with you. Me too. I just hope that there's enough of it. But you'll get a video no matter what. Even if I didn't get enough to really make like a travel and convention video like I usually do, I still have a lot to show. I still have a ton of stuff that I brought with me. I have a lot of stuff to tell you about. I have the panel, lots of stuff. But yeah, I ended up not getting as much like video of the convention as I intended to. I really tried, but it was very busy. And it's a little different being on the other side of the table, because usually I'm out there walking around, I'm mingling, I'm meeting people. When I have a table, people come to me, so I'm there, unless I get somebody else to watch the table for a minute while I go out and greet people. So yeah, it's I did not get nearly as much video and stuff as I intended to or wanted to, but I did get some, and we're going to see what we can do with it. I'll make sure that you guys get that as soon as I can get it ready. Thank you, Woodman, and thanks for sticking around for so long. Yes, I got a photo with the Sarge, and so did Susan. She got her own photo with the Sarge, and then we got one together, and then he put me in the Cobra Clutch thing, however it goes, and it was a lot of fun. And that was getting down toward the end. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to. I just had to tear myself away from the table for a minute to go down there and talk to him, because it was getting late. It was getting late in the day on Saturday, and I wasn't sure I was going to have a chance to go see him. Yeah, the beer is not bad. This Wisconsin beer. The blind merchant from the Mass Device was the blind master. Oh yeah, that's it's a little hint, sort of blind master kind of thing, but I don't think that's supposed to be the same person. But the blind master is mentioned in the 1987 movie, so the blind master does exist in the animated series universe, but has not appeared on screen. Rezkai, did you see many custom Joe toys that you didn't pick up that you thought were cool? I did see some, but a lot of them were in the form of the exclusives. There were a lot of exclusives, and a lot of them were really awesome. I do have one of the exclusives, though, which I will show you in the future. And they did a customizing class. They did a customizing class. I wasn't in the class, but I was able to get some photos and some videos of the custom figure. So I'm going to try to do a video of that too. So yes, there was a lot of that. Carl says wanted to get Sarge signature, but ran out of cash. Yeah, that is true. That's only peeve is that I think signatures are a little pricey. That's my opinion. Yeah, he does charge for signatures, but he gave us a little bit of a deal. It was kind of toward the end of the show, so it was for me though. It wasn't super pricey. I didn't think so for what we got, and we got like a really nice interaction along with photos and stuff. But yeah. He was a really, really nice guy and really easy to talk to. Yes, Carson from 3D Joe's. And speaking of which, it was great to see Carson there. And Carson, he's one of the JoeCon people. He's one of the guys who is just always at JoeCon every year. And there were a lot of JoeCon people at JoeFest. And that, I really liked that because it kind of made it sort of feel like home, because, you go there and you see people that you've seen once a year for several years, and yeah, it's nice to kind of get together with them. Did I see Ron Rudat walking around? I did, a lot actually. I tried to talk with him, but again, I kept getting distracted and wasn't able to. However, Mrs. Rudat actually talked with me. She kind of just struck up a conversation with me, and we just chatted a bit about one of their other convention experiences. She's very sweet, very nice lady. I mean, a lot. Ron Rudat interacted a lot with a lot of people. I saw him all over the place talking with people the whole show, but I didn't have a chance to get that like one-on-one connection with him. It just didn't happen. But I'm maybe he can come back next year, and maybe I'll have a shot at really meeting up with him next year. Carl said I watched Ron Rudat's panel and it was pretty good. Yeah, and that's another thing. Other than my own panel, I didn't really get to make it to any of the panels. I had to make sure my table was occupied at all times, so that didn't give me a lot of chances to break away and see other things. I did not go to the Ron Rudat dinner. I actually had dinner with Michael French and Kickley and a couple others instead. We went out for barbecue. So none of us had the tickets to the Ron Rudat dinner, so we just went to dinner and hung out and had some barbecue instead. Any opinions about JoeFest compared to JoeCon? Yeah, I do have some opinions. Well, first of all, on balance, it was great. I had a lot of fun, and it was overwhelmingly positive. I would say that if they do it again next year, and Ed has been hinting that he will, I think they need a bigger space. I think the space was just a little too cram-packed, and I think they need more space next year. Even though it was cramped in places, it did make it feel very full and very active. So I guess that's a positive thing. But yeah, Carl is right. The location could be bigger, and I'm hoping that if they do it again next year, they'll get a larger venue, because they filled that space up. They filled that space up very tightly, so they could support a larger venue. Preview night was a bit warm, yeah. And I was told that, like in the main dealer floor, that room on Friday night when it was really packed with lots of people, it got very hot in there. Ticket price was low. That's true. I was surprised at how low the ticket prices were. I think they could support higher ticket prices too. And look, that's none of my business. It's not my show. But I was surprised at how inexpensive it was to get into the show. I hope it was a success. I did talk with Ed a little bit, but Ed was so busy. So busy. But I did talk to him a little bit and let him know that I enjoyed the show and I thought it was going great. But I didn't have a lot of chance to talk to him. But he has already hinted that there will be one next year. Oh, Carl says I could buy more stuff with it low. That's true. That is on the plus side. That's a positive. My concern, and I don't know all of the economics of it, is that I know that it's very expensive to put on a show like that, and I want the organizer to make enough back on it that he can keep doing it. Peter Eng says Thundercats is a more gritty version of He-Man. I hadn't thought of it that way, but that's an interesting way to think of it. Comic Tropes, hope your family and friends are excited / proud of you for being a draw for the con. I think so. And I don't like to be immodest, but I was surprised by how many people actually came up and talked with me. It was a lot, and I was surprised at how much of the artwork I sold. It was a lot. And it wasn't a big room for the panel, but the room was mostly full, and we had good interaction with the panel. Now on the panel, we had to improvise a little bit because some things didn't work exactly the way we were hoping it to work. So I wasn't able to show the slides and the media exactly the way I wanted to, but we improvised, and we made it work. Thank you, Comic Tropes. I've just always seen myself as kind of an enthusiastic amateur. But there were like legitimate artists, and one of my highlights, there are so many highlights, but one of my highlights was being able to hang out and talk with Kickley a bit. Kickley is, I think, a really great comic book artist, and his G.I. Joe paintings and the prints that he did were awesome. And so we actually got to talk about art stuff, and he seemed to like my stuff pretty well too. Now he's a pro, and so that's cool. But yeah, Comic Tropes mentioned earlier that Kickley gave Larry some artwork, and Larry showed it on Facebook. If you ever have a chance to check out Kickley's stuff, do check it out. And Kickley is in Cobra Convergence. DJ MC ACDC. Welcome, DJ MC ACDC. Nice to see you. Robert says, I have an old crack magazine that has a story of G.I. Joe fighting He-Man to become the #1 Christmas toy of the year. That's funny, but that is the kind of thing that Cracked would do. That's pretty funny. Car 50. You guys are talking about Hank Garrett. Hank Garrett. Now, I talked with Hank Garrett a little bit, kind of passing in the hall. But my table was actually really close to his, and he did have some good interaction and good attention from the customers. But I was looking up Hank Garrett's IMDb page, and that guy has had an amazing career. I mean, doing the voice of Dial Tone on G.I. Joe, that's just like this much of his career. He's had a huge career. Green Yeti said Green Yeti had his first fan interaction. So you had a fan talk with you? That's awesome. Oh, he's also a Vietnam vet. Now that guy has had an amazing life, Hank Garrett. I just wish I had had time to talk with him more. But that guy seemed just really fascinating. I bet he has some wild stories to tell. Green Yeti says it was weird, kind of not used to it. I understand. It was kind of weird the first time that happened to me too. But you have a YouTube channel. You're out there, and some people will like what you do, and they will be happy to see you in person. Hello, codename New2Vero2. Sorry for being MIA. That's okay. We'll just throw you in the brig for a couple days. I loved everything you posted for JoeFest. Any feedback from Larry about push to get readers to IDW? Also, who is Revenge video will be up? Okay, and good question, but I honestly did not have time to talk with Larry that much. One of the regrets from the show is that I really didn't have that much time to talk with him. But this is one of those things where the show, there was so much to the show and so much to do. It was hard to do everything. So I did not have a chance to ask him that question. Comic Trope says, I think IDW should take advantage of your skills and following and have you do a backup G.I. Joe story. Now, that would be intriguing. I wonder if I could come up with something. Intriguing, interesting idea. I would entertain it. I would entertain that. Any special Joes for sale items at the JoeFest? Yes. Well, I mean, there was a lot for sale at the dealer floor. I did hear a few people say that a lot of stuff got picked over pretty fast. I don't know because I didn't really have a chance to see what was available when the show first started. I think next year the vendors will have to bring more stuff. But I did hear one of the vendors say that he had a very successful show. So yeah, there was a ton of stuff, and several of the vendors had exclusives So there were some show exclusives that the vendors produced, and some of them were really awesome. We can all ask G.I. Joe editor Andy Schmidt, we want a Hoodie Coco comic. Now look here. I'm not going to go start a campaign. That would be very self-serving. And I'm not sure if I would do a good job at that or not, but I think it would still be intriguing. It's an intriguing idea. Chili Swerve got the code book. Thank you. Hey, Chili Swerve, did you sign the card? I apologize. I don't remember everyone that did sign the card, but I hope you signed the card too. Roma Toys was my favorite vendor. They're awesome people. Yes, Roma Collectibles is great. I see them every year. I almost got what I think was their last Robo Skull. Almost got it, but I didn't end up getting it. I will regret it probably. But also, the wife of the Roma Collectibles guy is Mary Mercenary, who is one of the cosplayers. So you probably saw her there too. Rezkai says, well, if IDW doesn't want your sequential art services, I'll commission some so I can ink them for a fan art comic. That would be fun. I really did enjoy the doing the artwork. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected. Because the artwork that I do, it kind of like, I sort of play to my strengths a little bit, so I kind of cover up some of the weaknesses in my artwork. So, Delta says, was it the Robo Skull he dropped? I didn't know he dropped one, but I didn't ask. Green Yeti, yes. Green Yeti saw Mary Mercenary, and she's awesome too. Did I fix the wind-up pack that Toy Polloi did yet? No, I have not yet. Like I said, I've only been home for now about 2 hours. So I haven't even been home long enough to unpack anything, so I haven't done any of that. But I hope that I can try to do that sometime in the future. It was a really good weekend, Comic Tropes. Chris, it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. It was almost overwhelming. But, I mean, for me, the best part of JoeFest, which was the same thing as the best part of JoeCon, and that was just meeting people. I mean, exclusives are nice, but I never went for the exclusives at JoeCon. And, you know, buying stuff, that's nice too, getting toys. But for me, JoeCon and JoeFest has always been about, you know, meeting people and talking with people and hanging out and enjoying time. And that's always number one for me. And there was a lot of that. Even though I didn't get away from my table a lot, there was a lot of meeting people and just having really fun interactions. JoeFest always in Atlanta or other locations. I think JoeFest will always, or at least for the foreseeable future, will be in Augusta, Georgia, because the organizer is from Augusta, so that's probably where it will be. And Augusta is fine. I liked Augusta. There was plenty to do there. I had some good barbecue there. So yeah, Augusta is fine. But that's where the organizer is from, so I assume he'll keep doing it that way. Codename New202 is telling somebody that I was in the Cobra Clutch. Yes, I was in the Cobra Clutch. Wayne asked, did I see Sergeant Slaughter? Yes, I did see Sergeant Slaughter. Yes, they had Twin Peaks, but we did not go to Twin Peaks. I know some people went to Twin Peaks, but we went to Barbecue Place. Justin asks, what's the most I've paid for a figure and vehicle? I think the most I've paid for a figure was in the $200 range, And the most I paid for a vehicle had to be the USS Flag. And I don't remember exactly how much it cost once I actually got all the pieces, but it was a lot. Green Yeti says it was a joke. Well, hey, I don't judge. Anybody wants to go to Twin Peaks, I'm not judging. Okay. Sorry. Did we lose the stream for a second? This did say that my feed was losing strength, but it seems to be back now. Are we back? Are we good? Sorry, Alec Tuttles. I hope your internet connection improves. Let's see. Peter Eng says, who would win, Many Faces or Triclops? I don't know. I guess Many Faces has extra faces to punch, so maybe he would lose. I don't know. Flag video helped put yours together. Well, thank you. That was what I hoped. That and actually, you're not the first person to mention that. I'm really happy about it. But the flag assembly video, people seem to be using it. So thank you, and I really hope that it is helpful. Yeah, sorry if the feed dropped a couple times. I don't know if that's on my end or on YouTube's end. I don't know. YouTube just seems to be having all kinds of problems. But we seem to be back. We're back. Woodman. Good news, Woodman. I did not drink alone. Actually, the bar got quite crowded. We had lots of people in the bar. Now, the hotel bar on Friday night closed at midnight, which was way too early. So, we got kicked out at midnight, but on Saturday night, they stayed open. On Thursday night, on Thursday night, I think they closed at midnight, and on Friday night, they stayed open later. Codename Newtiver 2 says, did I take the family to Atlanta, Georgia Aquarium, and so on. Grandpa lived in Atlanta, so spent summers there. Honestly, I only drove through Atlanta. I'd really like to spend more time there, but we were only able to drive through. I intend to spend more time in Atlanta, though. I will go back to Atlanta. Green Yeti says, was just at the Georgia Aquarium today. Cool. I mean, we do like doing that kind of thing. Was the Georgia Aquarium good? Did you like it? Kevin says, glad to have met you and have a great, it was a great weekend. Got to sign the board, too. Thank you for signing the board. Here is the board. Here is the board, which I will keep forever. This is not, and thank you to everyone who brought stuff for me. I think this is my favorite thing. So thank you to everyone for doing that. I can show you one toy that I got. I can show you one. Beer's all gone. I got the Ghost Striker. It doesn't have the figure, but I think I already have the figure, so that's cool. But yeah, I got the Ghost Striker, and yeah, it is complete. It's one of the missiles that's coming out, but there are the other parts. I've been looking for this for quite some time. It should still work. It appears to be in working order, but I haven't had time to put batteries in it yet. So, Delva says, am I going to frame the board? Probably so. That's what I'm thinking. It would need a large frame, but I want to keep it. I think I'll probably frame it. Green Yeti said, saw me purchase it, just happened to be at the same booth. I'm sorry I didn't see you. I didn't see you there. Well, I would have said hello again if I had seen you. So yeah, the Ghost Striker I've been looking for a long time. And usually it's missing stuff, right? It's usually missing the tail, or sometimes the nose cone, or the canopy, or the missiles, or the landing gear, or the missile launchers. Always missing something. Well, I finally was able to get it with everything, so awesome. The rest of the stuff I got, I'm going to put it in a proper video, but I'm very happy about getting the Ghost Striker. Nice detail on the cockpit. Not that you can see it, but nice cockpit detail. I believe I already have the figure for it, but not the file card. I need to get the file card. So this, this is a later era vehicle, but based on a real jet, based on the F-16. So I was really happy to score that. So that's one of, I think only 3 things that I bought. Now, I was going to buy the Night Striker, the Night Force version of the Killer Whale. A guy had it, and it was complete. The condition was a little less than perfect, and it was quite dirty, and the stickers could use some help. But I made an offer to him that I thought was reasonable. I made an offer that I think was the appropriate price, but he didn't. The seller did not take my offer, and what he was charging for it, in my opinion, was too much. So I came this close to getting the Night Striker, and it got away. Again, that's the second year in a row that the Night Striker has gotten away. Hamas panel was interesting. He was talked about the white light. I have not seen the panels. I know the videos are out there. I'm looking forward to seeing the videos of the panels, but I haven't seen them yet. So don't spoil them. Don't spoil them. I want to see them. Oh, there's so much. There was a lot that went on in the show at the show, and I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to see everything. So that next year, I've got to find a way to work around that. I got to have coverage for my table, so that I can get out and go to panels and stuff. 2430 and a high five. Yeah, he said no to that. Can you believe that? Hoodie, the Night Striker should have a new name, the one that got away. Yep, that's what it is. Got away twice now. Night Force is getting quite expensive. There's no denying that. But I would have bought it. I had the money. I had the cash on hand, and I made, I think, a generous offer. That was on the high end of the right price range. But he only needed to come down a little bit. So I mean, you got to haggle a little bit. You got to haggle a little bit. And I threw him a softball too. It was very easy. He just basically a slight token haggling, and he'd make almost everything he wanted. But his price was just a little too high. It was just a little too high for the condition it was in. G.I. Joe should be in Toy Story 4. Another thing I haven't seen yet, have not seen Toy Story 4. No spoilers. No spoilers. Delva says, I'll cover if I'm there. Well, thank you. Thank you. Now, there was something that I was going to do, but I didn't have the opportunity. I was gonna try to catch Michael French as he was walking around the floor, and then like just have him stand at the table for a little while so I could get away, and just have him pretend that he's me, and just kind of screw with people and freak people out. I think that would have been really funny. That would have been really funny, but I just didn't have a chance to do it. So anyway, how we doing? Oh, we got 11 minutes to go in the podcast. This has gone really good. Thanks everyone for showing up. Sorry, some fly in here. We have flies. What? I don't want flies in the house. I'll take no. This will not stand. This will not stand. We will not have flies in this house. Anyway, I'm really glad you guys showed up. I did not want to miss another live stream. I really enjoy these too much to miss them. I've been driving a lot. I'm pretty tired, and I do need to rest a bit. I got to go to work tomorrow. Work tomorrow. I don't get an extra day of rest. But I still wanted to take a few minutes and see you guys and talk with you, because this is like the highlight of my week. I didn't want to miss it. Plus, I wanted to talk with you guys about what an amazing weekend I just had. Comic Trope says Toys R Us is coming back. They should get new G.I. Joe exclusive to bring in the old folks. They may, if they are in fact coming back. Just call in sick tomorrow. Look, I've used up all of my grace, okay? I really got to show up for work tomorrow. Really. I have stuff I got to do. Drive 250 more miles. So that's what the whole weekend felt like. It was like, just another 250 miles. Just another 250 miles. We'll be there. Now, one more 250 miles. Yeah, so, yeah, apparently somebody let a fly in. I don't... plus, like, I have lights on in here, so, Anyway, about 9 minutes, and I will end the live stream at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's been really great talking to you guys. And great meeting a lot of you. A lot of you that I met this weekend are, in fact, here in the live stream. So thank you to everyone. Carl's... can I say ass on the live stream? Is that okay? Okay, I'm going to say... Carl's asp is sore. Robbie says, hi, HCC, regards from Laredo, Texas. Hello, Laredo, Texas, from the United States. Oh, yeah, you went to basic training in Oklahoma. Wow. If it was in the summertime, the summers are very hot. But it's also very hot in Georgia. Well, hello, Human Mechanism. You are late, but there is still a little bit of time. There's still 8 minutes. Still 8 minutes. And nice to see you, Human Mechanism. And thank you for being in Cobra Convergence 4. One thing that did go well about the panel is I had to use basically my laptop screen to show the video, the Cobra Convergence 4 video. But the people there seemed very happy about it. They were enthusiastic. It was well received. So hopefully Cobra Convergence 4 will be big and everybody will enjoy it. The people who are coming together to be in it, they've put a lot of work in it, and I have to give them thanks for everything that they've done, because really it depends on their participation to make Cobra Convergence work. And for everyone, if you create anything anywhere, I would love for you to participate. So don't forget, I did put up a video showing with instructions on how you can participate in Cobra Convergence 4. So please join if you can. The instructions are in the video. There's even a logo that you can use if you want to use it. You can do something anytime in the month of July. And I will do every Monday, I'll do a video. I'll just take everything that I've received for that week. I'll put it together in a promo video, and I'll try to get that out for everyone to see. So, please create something for Cobra Convergence yourself. Cobra Convergence is, I hope, and I would like for it to be about the entire fan community and all of the creative people in it. So, please participate if you are able to. HDMI compliant, this I command. Yeah, the problem that we had is the projector for the panel. It didn't have anything that I could connect to. Nothing. If we'd had more time, maybe we could have figured something out, but we didn't have a lot of time because the belly dancers were coming in like as soon as we were done. So we had to hurry. In fact, my presentation was kind of like the short version because we had to get out of there before the belly dancers came and kicked us out. 3D Joe's had the same issue. Okay, so I'm glad it wasn't just me. So that is one thing that can improve next year for JoeFest. Organizers, one thing that can improve for next year is for the panels, we need to make sure that we have the right equipment, and I think that each panel should have someone in there to help with the audio-video stuff so that the presenter can just present. The presenter shouldn't have to figure out how the stuff works. You should have somebody for that. Yes, I'm not joking about those belly dancers. There were belly dancers there, and we had to get out because they were gonna kick us out. Yeah, that's real. That's not a joke. There were belly dancers. Delvis says, my son says goodnight, everyone. Goodnight, Delvis' son. So maybe, good point, Delvis. Maybe if you show up next year, you can do a dance-off with them. That'll at least distract them while we get away. IDW announced G.I. Joe issue number 1 coming soon. Yes, there is a new IDW series, so that will be interesting to see what take they put on it. Yes, Green Yeti confirms there were belly dancers. Hello, Eric. Amen. Sorry I missed you. Didn't see you come in. Thank you for all the stuff. I just drank one of your Wisconsin beers. It's pretty good. But now we only have 3 minutes left. And I definitely do need to end the live stream at 9 because I've been driving all day and I'm tired. And I do need to get some stuff ready for tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, belly dancers, I'm not going to mess with them. It looked like a really rough crowd. But seriously, Eric, thanks for all the stuff. And I believe Larry shared a picture of the Don Marino custom figure that you gave him. So that was cool. We got a couple more minutes. So I will say I'll kind of wrap it up here. Someone has to answer why there were belly dancers at JoeFest. Man, I don't know. I don't book them. But all I can say is there were belly dancers at JoeFest. That's a thing. Don Johnson. Hey, that would be a hell of a get. Don Johnson. That'd be pretty cool. Thank you, Jason. So, yeah, we got just about a minute left. I've got a ton of stuff to work on. As much as I'd like to get to all of the JoeFest footage, there is some Cobra Convergence stuff that I have to do. It's like on a deadline, so I have to take care of that first. But after I'm done with that, I will work on putting together some kind of a video for JoeFest. The IDW G.I. Joe comics by Larry Hama are great. I agree. The most recent one that came out was, I thought, very moving. It was really well done, very well written. And I'm just sorry that I haven't been reading them the whole time. I really should have been reading Larry's series the whole time. So anyway, that brings us to the 9 o'clock hour. Thank you to everyone for coming. Thanks for talking with me. It's really much appreciated. We'll make sure to keep on a regular schedule, and we'll keep in touch. We'll keep going. And it's time for me to get some rest, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. So good night, everyone, and I will see you next week for another live stream. And see you later.